The coach is over there getting crazy.
We run it! They can't play with us! Let's go!
Hey, here the ball, big man. Play action pass. Got a man. Went up high. Touchdown, number 4.
Yards yet?
No.
2 yards?
And they're not going.
They can't run on us.
You guys are.
They can't run on us.
You guys are.
Like 13, but
Yeah.
Now it's even
Hey,
easier for you
trickery.
to
They got a
just
little
run
trickery.
up,
They should have 0.
Running backs. We've been the whole time.
shotgun quarterback. Pass the football. Interception. Coming back our way. He's still on his feet. He got a blocker. Still on his feet, out of bounds. At about the...
I'm sent to the crib.
Alright. Oh, ball recovered by the Cobras. This game is over. This game is over. Cut it! Yeah, that's how you go home. I like that. Coach, I like you. You got the fire, dog.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Good job, coaches. Good job, coaches. Good job, coaches. Good job, coaches.
That's a 3.
Good job.
3 in a row for this
That's
team.
it.
2, 3.
And still. Thank you for bringing us.
I told you who's coming.
Thank you. Hey, I want to know who I have to...
They not like us. 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 They not like us.
Crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious, 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 crazy, scary.
Coaches, remember, if you hit the More button underneath the video, it'll open up the chapters that'll let you easily jump ahead to any point of the highlight that you want to. Okay, so let's get to it. All right, so let's get it. Here we go. Starting the game off. Unfortunately, we had to start 1st and 15 because we had a false start before we got to call our first play. But getting back into it, the night before the game, I spoke with Coach Vince, and I told him I thought the way that you guys were going to win this game, using a boxing analogy, was that could not knock these dudes out, not early. Could not go for the knockout. We're going to have to jab, 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 and the thought process behind that is eventually those jabs start to hurt, and you're going to have to either get out the way and do something about it, or we're going to keep punching you in the face. And that's what we were doing, running the ball up the middle over and over and over until they did something about it. And Coach Derek had drew up a great game plan. So starting it off, we had Gaskin right up the middle. And I'm going to let this one play in full speed in just a second. But Gaskin picked up 8 yards right up the middle. And the very next play, we had SB pick up 4 yards up the middle. Gaskin picked up another 4. Then SB picked up 7. Then SB picked up 2. Then TJ on a QB keeper on 3rd and 1 picked up 5 yards up the middle. SB picked up another 5-yard run. So on this drive, we were just over and over taking these boys' hearts little by little. And it showed because later in the game, they started to give up. And I can read body language out there when you start seeing maybe in the second quarter and the third quarter after a tackle, it takes somebody on their team 5 to 10 extra seconds just to get up off the ground. He don't want to play no more. And little by little, you were making these dudes quit. And that was probably the biggest thing for me out there. Not just winning, you actually, you took every bit of confidence that these boys had. So let me go ahead and let this play and get into the video.
Okay, fellas, first and foremost, I want to give y'all props on a great job out there. Congrats to the coaches. Props to the coaches for doing a good job, and definitely to you ball players. Now, with the video here, I typically make this for just the coaches, but since some of the kids are going to be watching, just two things, then I'm going to get right to it. First thing, if I point you out in the video, don't take it personal. I'm not trying to be petty. I'm not trying to put you down. And the thing is, even though we won, I'm not out here trying to be nitpicky. So, if we lost, the stuff that I will point out to show the coaches what we can do better, it's the same stuff I'm gonna point out when we win. So if I call you out, don't even take it personal. Learn from it, and let's move past it and make sure it don't happen next game. So let's jump right to it. So this is our opening drive, right? And what we got right here, we're gonna do it's a dive right up the A gap, right on the inside shoulder of Onyx. So we're running right here down this lane, right on Onyx's inside shoulder. But Onyx and Jeremiah, they're both going to double team big boy right here. I can't tell his number, but he's in a 3-point stance with lime green sleeves on. And what's going to happen is Onyx is going to whiff on the block. So if we keep an eye on Onyx, so him and Jeremiah is going to double team, and dude swims his arm right over Jeremiah's shoulder, over Onyx's shoulder and his helmet. And now he has a free pass to the running back. So next thing I'm gonna point out is Gaskin. So Gaskin, he's coming through as the lead blocker, and his job is just to clear a path for SB. The thing is, if Onyx is able to hold that block for another second, Gaskin actually can get to the next level and take the first person who's a threat to SB, which would have been number 99. But because he now has to stop and pick up the lineman, 99 now plugs the hole, and he has a one-on-one shot with our running back before he even got to take 2 steps. So even though it was minor, if Onyx can hold that block at the line, Gaskin is now able to pick off number 99, and if we let SB get to the second level without somebody touching him, he's probably going to score. So 99 meets him in the hole, puts his shoulder down, and good tackle by them boys. But again, we made that one mistake that could have sprung this and made this a much bigger play. All right, and I'm putting this one in here because we are quick to point out mistakes that you guys make, but we got to be fair and also point out when everybody's doing their thing and you're doing good. And just as a group, everybody is out here making blocks, and it's rare that you see every single person on the field make the block. And when you're doing that and you're blocking as a unit, it's crazy how successful the running game is going to be. And we can just start from the right side of the screen and just go all the way across. On the right side, we got 2 pancakes, putting dudes right there on their butt. We got a double team right next to that. And on the left side of the screen, everybody has their hat on somebody, and just look at the lane that opened up. That's crazy. In the middle of the field, an alley that wide, that's impressive, fellas. And it only went for 7 yards, but it was just little by little, we just started to take them boys' heart away. And it started on plays like this when everybody just owned the person that was in front of them. So again, sad to give props for this one. All right, so we was doing real good on this opening drive. We ended up picking up like 65 yards, but we started shooting ourselves in the foot right here with these penalties moving backwards. Now, this first false start, I'm thinking this might have been a delayed snap because of how many people moved at the same exact time. So at the bottom of the screen on the right, I see Joseph move right there, but at the same time Joseph moved, if we look at the left tackle, I can't make out his number, he jumps, but also right behind him up there at the left side of the screen, we got, looks like that's Jakai and Meech. So all 4 of them move at the same exact time, and then the ball snapped. So I'm willing to bet they went on the snap count, and the ball was just a little bit late because one guy jumping off sides, maybe, but 4 all doing it at the same exact time. I think that might have been a delayed snap right there. But anyway, it caused us to lose 5 yards. But it's all right, we get another chance at it. So 1st and 15. But then right there, we got Gaskin at the bottom of the screen. He jumps. So now, 1st and 20. Shooting ourselves in the foot. All right, so 3rd and 15, and we're highlighting Jeremiah. This was just terrible effort. So it's one thing if you're getting beat and we gotta, work on your technique or something. But it's another thing we don't even make an effort. So their big boy, number 85, you touched his shoulder and just basically let him go. Like we can't have that. And he's 3 times the quarterback size, and he gets a free rush on the QB and rolls up under his ankles. That could have been bad. We just can't have that. And here's a reverse angle of the same play. Bottom of the screen, you can see lime green arm sleeves coming. He gets one hand on his shoulder pad right here. And again, he gets a free rush on the QB, and it's basically his blind side. He's not even looking that direction, and rolls up under him. So we just can't have that. There wasn't really much to say on this one. Great pass, amazing pass, good catch, kept the drive going. When I was watching it at this angle, I did think the receivers were entirely too close, like they ran the same route, but luckily seeing it from a different camera angle, they weren't as close as I thought they were. The other thing I noticed is when the quarterback was throwing, if you watch his feet, he didn't get a chance to step into this one because he was throwing on the run, and his feet are actually in the air, which means this was all arm strength. Great throw. And again, good catch. That was huge. All right, so coaches, we can use this to make adjustments in the future. So what we have on the left side of the screen, again, their big boy with the lime green arm sleeves. This time he's going against Duran, who's at the right tackle. And he's basically lining up. He's not head up. He's kind of offset where he has inside leverage into the B gap. So on an inside handoff, Duran or whoever's going to be at the right tackle is going to need that, especially if no one is directly above the guard. It's going to need the guard to actually chip. But in this case, Onyx double teams the center right here. And with their big boy having inside leverage, it opens up a crease for him to get right in the backfield, and he blows up the play before SB can even get anywhere. And let's take a look at it from a different angle. So you see the kid with the lime green arm sleeves right here. And again, with him being on the inside shoulder of Duran, he's able to get inside right immediately. And he's in the backfield before TJ's handed the ball off. So SB got the ball, and big boy's already on him. So again, this was happening quite a few times, but real time I couldn't realize. I just know he was beating us, but I didn't realize he was getting inside leverage with those wide splits and not getting help with the double team. So it was 3rd and 10, and TJ rolls out and hits Joseph in the corner for a touchdown. But this one did end up getting flagged and called back on us for holding. And just take a look at this from the other camera angle. And great play. But if we zoom in, we can see exactly where we got flagged at. So if we take a look, It was Gaskin, number 4 versus number 4. And Gaskin is going to get called for holding, but he's standing right in front of the ref. First, he has his hand around number 4's back. And then number 4 for Niagara Falls is trying to pull away from him, and he's still holding on. So you can't get called for holding, but if you end up holding and they're trying to pull away from you, you have to let go. The refs are going to see that every time. So ref standing right there in the backfield and throws the flag. Now this is how we ended our first drive. It was 4th and 20 after another penalty, and we needed to get to the 6-yard line, and we were really close. TJ almost picked up the first down, but ended up running out of anywhere to go. He ended up being surrounded in every direction, so really couldn't pick up a few more yards after that. But great effort. I love when I pick up stuff like this. So follow me with this sequence. Their first possession on offense. They only had 4 plays. They only picked up 4 yards. And at this point in time, their coaches started to panic. So let me show you what's going on. So first play, right up the middle, nothing. Ran right into a brick wall. We had Duran right there fighting off a block, stopping the back right there. He didn't pick up any yards. He ended up getting right back to the line of scrimmage. Second down. This was a no huddle. So I'm skipping, in between plays, but they were at the line of scrimmage calling the plays off the wristband. Second down. This was all Onyx. Let me just show you where Onyx came from. Right here from the middle linebacker spot. On the ball immediately. Nothing. Here's another camera angle. Onyx is right there. Nothing. And again, no huddle again. So here's third down. We do a quick reverse. And we're ready. Now Jakai almost got the tackle for a loss. Just got to be a little bit more aggressive, and because we can't arm tackle somebody that's running aggressive, or you'll get slung down to the ground just like you did right here. So got to put your shoulder into them and be a little bit more physical. But we had Cayenne and Meach come in to clean it up, and they picked up 4 yards. That was the only yards they picked up in the entire the entire first quarter. So what I like about this, coaches will come into the game, especially the play callers. You're going to come into the game knowing what you're going to do for the first few plays. And this is what they had planned for a week or two. This was their game plan. They came out no huddle and they picked up 4 yards. Now, what adds to the coaches being nervous out there, we got the opening kick at 12:12 p.m. We ran the last play of our opening drive at 12:26 p.m. So that means for 14 straight minutes, they couldn't do nothing with us. They couldn't stop us. We pick up 20 yards, we lose 10 on penalties. We pick up another 20 yards, we move back 5 on penalties. We score a touchdown, we get that called back on a penalty, and we get all the way inside the 10-yard line. For 14 minutes, they had no answers. And then when they finally get the ball and go with their game plan, they get 4 yards. So the coach called a timeout. And the reason why I know their coach panicked, because in his timeout, he went back to the overtime. So in overtime, back in September, this is the play they beat us on. So number 4 is going to go in motion. Number 4 goes, does a post across the middle. Their tight end right here, he's going to go up the field and hit a corner route. Now, also what made this play work for them, whoever is right here with the white helmet, I don't know who was wearing the white helmet in September, but he's at the defensive end spot, and he's actually going to crash and lose contain. Their quarterback is actually going to bootleg outside and buy more time for an easy pass. So if you watch the white helmet on our team with the Stallions, Kind of see him right here in the middle, and you see him rotating around, twisting, spinning, because he's trying to, you know, catch up to the quarterback that got outside of his contain. Quarterback rolls, get an easy passing lane, touchdown, and they beat us. So I bring all of that up because their coach actually went deep into his bag after calling a timeout and panicked and used his secret weapon on the 4th play of the game. But we was ready for it. Our coaches had us ready. So this time we have a Gaskin at the defensive end. And Gaskin is all on top of it. Gaskin actually, he's reading the play and he drops back into coverage. He's reading the quarterback's eyes the entire time. He doesn't even see where the receiver is at. Blocks the ball. And I know he's feeling sick because that would have been the easiest touchdown he would have ever had. But that was still good defense. Now, I'm going to wind it back just a little bit more. If we've watched the 2 receivers in the background. So number 4, again, he's going to come and do his post route. The tight end, he's actually going to do a corner. But we have SB and we have Ja'Kai back there at the outside linebacker, the 2 of them. And then floating a little bit back there is Meach. The 3 of them have everything bottled up. They're not going to get anything. So you can see that corner route from the tight end that they beat us on. SB is sitting right on top of it. Quarterback couldn't throw it there. And we can't see Meach right here, but Meach was actually going to take and undercut that post route from number 4. So we had that bottled up. And here's a reverse camera angle. So we got the motion man that's going to do the post. And the corner route right here, SB was sitting on the corner. So again, that was going nowhere. Meach undercut the corner route. And I'm sorry, Ja'Kai undercut the corner route. But we can see Meach, bottom left side of the screen. He was sitting back there, so that post wouldn't have been open either. Our coach just was ready. I just didn't think we would see this play on the 4th snap of the game for them because they panicked. So not only, fellas, the ball players, not only did you make the players quit, you made their coaches panic super early. So start of the 2nd quarter. This is our second drive. Worst drive we had of the entire game. On this drive, we got the ball on their 18-yard line, and we finished on their 17-yard line 4 plays later. We ended up getting just a total of 1 yard. Now, I ended up mentioning this to the coaches at halftime. This started to collapse on the left side of the line of scrimmage. All right, so our guard and our tackle are going to double team this guy right here from Niagara Falls. We have Ja'Kai kind of split off right here. There's a linebacker directly in front of Ja'Kai. I'm not sure what the thought process was, but Ja'Kai, he didn't get the closest guy to him. He actually went to go and chase the cornerback. So that means the guy that's directly in front of him, the linebacker, and the linebacker is a little bit off the line of scrimmage by a yard or 2, but that gives the linebacker a free path immediately just to come and blow SB up. So we take a look. We get the double team, like I said, from our guard and tackle, and Ja'Kai goes to the next level to go and chase the cornerback out there. And that linebacker gets SB before he can even get anywhere. And just one more play from this drive. I can't make out from this distance who our left tackle is, but the guy from Niagara Falls that's right in the gap between our tackle and our guard, he has inside position on our tackle. And once the ball is snapped, he's just going to be able to shoot right through and again blow up SB in the backfield before he can go anywhere. Boom. So I did tell the coaches about this at halftime about whoever was there. They just could not handle him getting inside leverage, and he needed help. He needed a double team, and I think we did make adjustments on that later. But it killed this drive, and actually it caused problems on our next drive as well. Now here we are early in the second quarter, and if you look at the scoreboard in the upper left corner, 10 minutes and 24 seconds left in the second quarter. These next 4 plays, the only plays that they're going to have for the rest of the first half. Our offense was so dominant, they're not going to touch the ball back after this. We also did get an onside kick, to kind of add to that, but they're going to get a first down right here, a 10-yard gain. This is their biggest play of the entire game. Now, they did fool us. We were looking for a specific look for their overload, and I think they knew that, so they came in and they disguised it. So I'm going to show you what they did. So instead of stacking their overload before the snap, they just brought it in motion, and they created the same exact overload that we expected. But by them coming in motion, it fooled us. We didn't align ourselves properly. So if you see Meach kind of going in motion a little bit with the running back that's going in motion, but Meach is still on the right side of the screen. When that blocker, he just went over there and created the overload, and they have the numbers advantage over there. So they have a guy right here to pick off Onyx. They have a guy right here to crack down and pick off Joseph. They actually they pick off Jakai. I'm sorry, that was Jaden. They pick off Jaden, and they have a guy out here to actually pick off Titan as well. So we would have needed Meach to get over to kind of balance it out, because they have the numbers advantage. And 10-yard gain right here. So we flash back to when we played them in September. This is the same exact play. They just disguised it differently. It's going to number 11 as well. So the way they used to run it, and they expected us to be prepared for it, they would just stack everybody up right there on the left side and just run it like this. Now this time they didn't bounce it outside, but like I said, with them coming in motion, they created the same exact alignment, and we weren't ready for it. Now, the few things that I do want to point out here: our defensive end out there, we have Jaden, number 10. Now, I would have liked if Jaden didn't get bounced that far outside, but Jaden did a great job of using his hands. I've been preaching this to our Stallions kids through these videos probably like the last 3 to 4 years. To use your hands and get them off of you. And that's exactly what he did. They're trying to block him, and he throws down the kid that tries to block him, and he forces the running back to turn it inside. So again, I would have hoped that he didn't get that wide, but he did a good job of keeping everything inside of him. And then by Jaden actually throwing the blocker off of him, there's nobody actually now to block Titan. So you see Titan coming to focus right here. So now there's nobody there to pick off Titan. And Titan and Meach together stopped this from being a huge play. Now, they're going to try the same exact play to the opposite side. But with this being a new wrinkle, trying something new, bound to make mistakes. And that's exactly what they did right here. So they're getting the same overload. And if we look, the guy coming in motion plus the other 2 guys they have stacked over there for their normal overload, they send 3 people outside to block Gaskin and to block SB. But they completely forgot about Jakai. Now, had they lined up and they're stacked the way they've always run it for the last few years, they would have saw Jakai, they probably would have blocked him, and they probably would have got a much bigger gain than this. Again, by them doing something new that they really have enough time to practice, the guy coming in motion completely overruns Jakai. Jakai gets in the backfield and blows everything up for a loss. They ended up losing like 5 yards on that.
quick flashback to our game in September. They absolutely killed us with the quarterback bootleg. So this is a touchdown, which hurt because they only had 6 points most of the game. Another quarterback bootleg right before halftime. And again, our defensive ends would not get contained, and the QB keepers to the outside just killed us.
So now back to the championship game, and this is just an example of good coaching. I can tell the coaches put you on the right spot and made sure our defensive ends did not crash. So if we look at Jaden out here, number 10. When they did the QB sneaks in the pass, whoever would be in Jaden's position right here would always slash inside and get faked, which allowed the quarterback to just get all the way on the outside. And they're going to have a lead blocker out here. So if Jaden actually splashed inside, like we keep saying, do not do, they have this lead blocker to block tight end, and there's nobody else outside to stop the quarterback keeper. Because if we watch the play action fake, not even the play action, the play fake is going to fool the entire defense. The entire defense is going to shift to the right side. But Jaden stayed home, and him and Titan actually stopped this from being a huge play like they killed us with every time. Let me just let this go full speed. And it was so quick it even fooled me as the cameraman, but he gets the bootleg and he's already outside. He's right here waiting to go outside, and nobody else on this side of the field even realizes where the ball is at. Great job, Jaden.
Okay, this kid right here that's about to get the reverse, he's pretty fast. He's a great runner in the open field and got maybe 2 huge runs against us last time we played them on this exact play. But again, coaches had y'all boys ready. Actually, this one isn't even on the coaches. This is on you, the players. You had this dude scared. He didn't want to play anymore. So he couldn't even handle the ball. He was one of those dudes I showed y'all earlier who, he's not hurt. He just don't want to get up. He wants this day to be over with. So here he is again, same play. He can't even, he doesn't want the ball. He does not want to be out there. Y'all made that boy quit. All right, and they didn't see the ball for the first half after this. Now, here they are punting and Titan. Great job on the catch. You actually put us in position for our first touchdown. But if I can ask one thing of you, never leave your feet when you're fielding a punt or a kickoff. It's disaster waiting to happen, but good job. All right, so first down, it's more of this inside guy right here getting inside leverage and just blowing up our play in the backfield. Meach going in motion, and I thought he had scored here. The ref marked him out at the 2-yard line, though. That looked good to me. But TJ gets us in from the 2-yard line on the very next play for our first touchdown. All right, so we got lucky here on the onside kick. It did not go 10 yards. I watched it in slow motion a few times. I'm not going to pull up, all my tools and draw on the screen for the onside kick. Just know that we recovered it at about 8 yards. And it's questionable if their guy touched it first, which makes it a live ball. And their coach knows it. It didn't go 10 yards. So I'm not going to argue with the result, but we got lucky on that one.
Fine. Just a great run by Gaskin. And he was going to bounce it outside, and realizing they don't like to let us run outside. They always have somebody out there. Cornerback's out there waiting. He turns it upfield, goes north and south, and picks up at least another 10 to 12 yards.
So they bring the defense in tighter to stop the inside run. So Coach Derek runs outside. And on 3rd and 7, we pick up the first down. All right, so we got Joseph coming in motion. And TJ's going to throw it to him in the flats. And great run after the catch, man. Good cutback right there. And just pick up more yards. Good job. So this touchdown got called back. They called holding on Joseph, and he's at the tight end on the right side and right here. So we can see Joseph's right arm, his black sleeve, kind of extended, and the referee right in front of us with the white cap on, he's the one that's going to call the flag. So as Joseph and the guy that he's trying to block get on the right side of the referee, kid actually has his hand extended, and like he's essentially pleading for help from the ref, and he's pulling away, and Joseph is still holding him. So the ref throws a flag right here. Now their coaches, they're gonna go out their way to make sure their players don't let SB get outside. Like, they got 4 guys making sure he can't get outside. So if they're going to try that hard to prevent him from getting outside, if he bends his run to the outside and cuts back, he's going to pop one. So right before halftime, we only got time for 2 plays. So right here, TJ takes it up the middle, and he gets it to the 1-yard line. He almost gets in. And then on our last play of the first half, we didn't get in with the quarterback sneak. These dudes are lucky it was only 6-0 at halftime. We were kicking you know what, but we had 2 touchdowns taken off the board. TJ almost got in right there. Like, this should have been a blowout at halftime. They were lucky. So here we are. We're starting out the third quarter, and they're going back to their bread and butter. So they're going to stack the line, go with their overload, and they expect us to be, prepared for it. And their counter to that was to actually run to the weak side, away from the overload. So if you see, we're sending folks over to the right side to match up with the overload, and that's falling right into their plan. They expect that, and they're going to try to run to the weak side, thinking we don't have enough protection on the other side. But Jakai, right here in the middle linebacker spot, Jakai read the entire thing, and he stopped this from being a big play. So now they're running out of options. They're going to now run to the strong side with their overload. And the thing is, we're aligned perfectly for it. We have more than enough people stacked up over there to take the overload, and then that causes confusion for their offensive line. So their left guard, he's actually going to ignore Duran and try to get over to help, make a block. And Duran's able to come right up the middle and blow this play up in the backfield. All right, so now they have to try the QB keeper again. This time they're going to send a guy in motion to get an extra blocker out there. But Gaskin does a great job holding the edge, and the QB can't get outside. So it slows him down, and he's forced to turn it upfield where we have more Stallions there ready to make the tackle. So this one doesn't go in the stat book for Gaskin, but he took on a block, and again, he prevented the QB from getting outside, which I showed just a minute ago. They were killing us when they did this last time we played them. Now, look at how pumped our coaches were. This is cool to see. I didn't even realize y'all can get up like that. Right here. And right here. Now, let's talk about how dominant this defense was. Now, this fumble, it actually cost them 15 yards. And let's jump back to the first half. They had 12 yards. In the second half, they had 9 yards, but this fumble costing them 15 brings that to -6, which means a grand total for the whole game was just 6 yards of offense. We forced 3 turnovers, and they didn't get any points. We call that a donut. So now it's time to officially put the game away. SB picks up a first down on this sweep. Right here on first down, SB has a real tough run. And look at them boys on the ground. They ain't ready. They don't want to play no more. Look at them. Just slow to get up. They just want this game to be over. Second down right here. Gaskin almost gets into the end zone. Gets down to the 1-yard line. So on 3rd and 1, SP actually puts the game completely out of reach with this touchdown. And the ref tripping, man. He threw the flag right there on that salute. Go ahead with that, ref. Get out of here. And then with our 2-point conversion, got TJ hitting Meach in the corner of the end zone. Now they're going back to that overload. Good job, Gaskin, by forcing them inside. They pick up 7.
Okay, and I already told you they finished the game with just a total of 6 yards. And even though they got 7 on that last play, from here on out, they're going to lose them all. So starting out with Cayenne, they're going to do the same play right now since they got a big gain on it. But Cayenne actually just straight destroyed the this play right here. Bust through the line of scrimmage. 3-yard loss. All right, so next we got a coverage sack. They're going to lose 7 yards on this one. And if we see downfield, we got SB and we got Meach. They got it on lockdown there. He had nowhere to throw. Okay, so it's 4th and 15, and they're going to shift out into a quad set with 4 receivers. And I actually did like a 5-minute breakdown when we played them back in September of the same look that they did. And I told the coaches when I did this recap that we're going to see this again. And this gave us a problem, messed up our alignment. We didn't know how we should match up with them. And they got a huge gain on us. So they're bringing it out here in the championship game on 4th and 15. This is desperation. Now, the thing is, we're aligned with it much better, but the blocking is still all out there. However, we got one huge play by, I can't tell his number 58. And number 58, that's going to be Noah. So Noah actually caused this play to shut down. So with Niagara Falls, they put who I told the coaches is their best runner, in my opinion. They put him back there at to get the direct snap, and he's trying to get outside. And if we look outside, they have numbers out there. We're split. Our cornerbacks are kind of set back, so all he needs to do is get to the outside. But Noah actually busts through, and he forces the ball carrier to turn it upfield way too early, entirely too early. And after that, he's able to get help, and we stopped this again for like a 1-yard loss.
So it's 4th and 4. TJ drops back, and he doesn't like what he sees, so he uses his legs, and he picks up the first down for us to keep the drive alive.
All right, so here we are again with we're just messing it up here on that left side of the line of scrimmage. So there's safety right here. He stepped into the box and he's blitzing. There's no mistake about that. He's blitzing. Now we get a double team right here with our guard and our tackle, but we also have looks like Jakai. He's going to go to the outside and take someone at the next level. So then that means our lead blocker, which is Gaskin, he has to pick up the that free blitzer, and he runs right past him, and he blows up our running back right there. SB didn't have a chance to even.
So it was 4th and 17. TJ drops back and lets it fly. And Joseph actually mosses this little dude. And yep, if you look at him right there on the field, he don't want to be here no more. And it looks real familiar just 2 months ago, Joseph did the same thing, probably to the same dude. So you can't check him. Now, as soon as we get back on defense, Onyx is here to come through with an interception. And I wish I could have been zoomed in a little bit better so it looks better. But with the offense, they spread their receivers out wide on both sides, so I had to zoom out. When I zoom out that far, it's not going to be as clear. So, again, I just wish for this pick, I could have got a better picture of this. But anyway, Jaden almost forces the sack, and he's throwing out of his sack. Onyx is there to pick it off. And here's another angle. And Jaden was back there quick. And we took these boys' hearts right here. Another flashback to that September game. SB actually almost broke one up the middle, cutting it back to his left. And it's only right that he sent the game home doing just the same thing. Bending it to the outside, cutting back, and boom. Game over. And our defense is out there one more time, and Jaden comes through and smacks the ball away from the quarterback for our third turnover in 3 straight possessions, actually. Defense was balling. And here's another angle of that.